Oh, it says I'm live already. I'm trying it the new way, guys. So I hope that it's going to work okay. I'm not really sure. So I'll just wait. I'm a little early. So I'll wait for people to come on in. Okay. Somebody's here. Don't know who yet, but somebody's here. Yeah, this is just press the button up the top. Hi, Taylor. How you doing? Yeah, I'm trying the new, just press the button up the top on the computer rather than going into Hangouts on YouTube. Good. Hi, David. Welcome. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm doing really well. Actually, thank you. How's everybody Easter Day going? For you all over there in the States or in other parts of the world, it's actually Easter Sunday for us. It's Easter Monday. So we've already had the Easter Bunny arrive and drop off the eggs and so forth. So, yeah, I'll just move this down so you can see. I have actually got Sia out today because I didn't want to feed her. She needs to go to the toilet. She hasn't after 2 feeds. So now she has to wait until she goes to the loo. You just got back from England. Wow. What was it like, Taylor? Cold or starting to get warm over there at the moment? Hi, Lunatic Dad. Happy Easter to you too. No worries. No worries. It's, Easter for everybody. Everybody's busy catching up with family. I had a big family day yesterday with everybody here. So I wasn't very much online. I catched up. That's not even Aussie lingo. That's just bad English. I was able to get on and see a few videos yesterday, but I mod for a few people and I couldn't really stay long. I felt really terrible, actually. Hi, Tony. Welcome. How big is Snake? I would say that she would have to be as big as me in height. So she would be about 5'2". See, and my dog starts barking. See, I put the camera on. I can pretty much say that's what's going to happen with my home here. And she's 3 years old, and she is a diamond python. And it's actually the first time I've had Sia out with me live, because generally she gets fed on Sundays, don't you? You get fed on a Sunday, and she's probably wondering why she didn't, but she needs to go to the toilet, Sia, and then I'll give you something to eat. I don't want her to get banked up, and then I have those problems with her. But as you can see, she's doing really well with me. Good, I'm glad, Taylor. That's lovely. Learned a lot of history. Hey, Rainey. Welcome, sweetie. Rainey's in a bit of a dilemma at the moment. She's been asked to take on a couple of pure coastals. And the boy is a little bit nippy. And he's a big boy. He's not a little baby snake. Hi, Joe. Welcome. Thanks for clicking and coming in. What is my favourite snake? In terms of my guys, no favourites, love them all. I think, what are you doing? What you doing? Eh? What you doing, Bob? What you doing? You're such a good girl. Such a good girl. Sorry. She's doing so well. I'm so lucky. I am early. Hi, Dee Dee. I did see you there. I got focused on Sia. Welcome, welcome. I am early, Florida. Now, Joe, it makes a change. That's all I can say. And I even went so far as to, I curled my hair. I actually did a little bit extra today for a change. You sent a message asking how the boys out this enclosure will keep you updated. I'm definitely adopting the Darwin and the Biddy. Yeah, I know you are. This is Rainey, who's about the coastals, and I said I would be wanting to know. It's one thing having to deal with a nippy big snake, getting them out of their enclosure, but you really want to know what it's actually like once they're out, because even Sia can be a little bit, and you know Tessa, so how she can be. But even Sia doesn't like coming out, and I have to be mindful of that. Side of that enclosure will get easier and easier and easier. That part of it is easy, getting them out. And you're always on alert. It's not fun, and Rainey's already going to be behind dealing with an older snake and a big boy. He's not little, and you know, a lot of work. Hi, Pastor Jim. Welcome, Carolyn. Thanks. Carolyn's always here. Joe's wife. Hi, Rita. Hey, 23 Drift King. Lovely. This is great. Some new people here today. So yeah, I thought I would get Tessa. Got Tessa on the brain. I fed Tessa last night because it's generally Tessa and Sia that get fed the same night. So yeah, she's on my brain. But I thought I've got the opportunity to actually get Sia out without a full belly. So I thought, good, so that you can all pretty much get a good look of her. You know, Sia has the little bits of yellow in her. She's not a black and white, and she's not what I would call a high yellow either. She's great in my hands when I'm handling her, but I tell you what, I let her go on that jungle gym and she gives me the runaround. And I'm not touching her, I'm not doing anything with her. And she sits on that jungle gym, and every time I speak to her, she hisses at me. It doesn't matter what I just say, what are you doing, Sia? Straight away. So I don't know whether she's just having a chat with me or she's saying to me, don't you dare touch me. But yeah, once I give her freedom, she's a what for girl and doesn't want to be touched or handled. So, of course, she's pretty easy though once I decide to put her back home. No major issues with her. Once she's been touched and held, that's it. She's a good girl. I haven't actually let her explore this room yet. I'm still keeping her very close, but because I know that she has a fair way to go with her temperament and her trust at this particular. And there's some great things about having snakes. For me, the worst part is running out of time and not feeling like I've spent enough time with each and every one of them. And I can probably blame Lily a little bit on that one. Oh, hi, Cami. Welcome. I'm not going to let you get up there, Bob, because you just might swing around because you don't understand the whole process yet, do you? And feel totally secure. So living with them is how I live my life. And that isn't living with them just being in their enclosure. It's allowing them to come on out. And there are days where I feel like they don't live with me. I actually live with them. And I guess that is how it is. I do live with them. This room is very much their home, and I really wanted it to be their home, and not just a place where I am. So I have set it up for these guys to be able to come out and enjoy and explore and feel safe out of their enclosures. And I feel that's so important for us to do with our snakes, because you don't get to see your snake as it is by holding them the whole time that you've got them. For me, putting them down and watching them go and explore is when I find out a lot about my snakes. And I can't do that holding them. I mean, I know right now Sia wants to go and explore, and it would be lovely to let her go, but I still have problems allowing me to pick her up without her turning around on me. And until I get her to that point where she doesn't actually do that, I'm going to keep on holding her. She is, as you can see, getting much better and, very easygoing. For a snake, remembering that for 3 years has had very little when it comes to us humans doing anything with her. I am amazed at how great. I hope you're having a great Easter too, Kemi, and I'm sure you are, with all your animals and your new little mini pig. Kemi's actually brought into her life, and she is just a honey. I've been keeping up with the videos as best as I can. But yeah, living with snakes. And I think the more you have in your life, the more you feel like that is exactly what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You are living with them. My day starts thinking about my snakes and what I'm going to do today with my snakes and what each of my snakes are going to need doing with today. And that is changing the water bowls, checking that none of them have made a mess, and just seeing who wants to come out. And generally it is Lily, and I'm surprised she's not the one out, and I'm glad that she didn't want to come out, because I probably would have had Lily and I wouldn't have got Sia. So we're very happy, Sia, that you are out with us today. So she's getting more and more willing to have that close contact with me. Once upon a time, she would have avoided my face and completely pulled herself back. And now she's willing to climb all over me and be as close to me as she can possibly get. And that's what I love about snakes, is people think that they're all just nasty, and if they're nasty, they're going to stay that way, and they don't. They just don't. You care for them and you love them, they'll love you back, and there will be never a need for them to ever want to hurt you. So, my journey with Sia has only been a short one so far, but I've already got so much trust in her now that, initially I had no idea. And she keeps you very busy. Yeah, they're all rescue animals. And in a way, I guess, to a certain degree, so are my snakes. Even Amaya Amaya was going to be kept by her person. He just decided to not breed her. So, of course, then she was no longer wanted as a breeder, and he needed to find her a home. So hence why I've got him out. Apani was by choice as well. But Tessa was not wanted. Neither was Jack. Lily was kind of, but the owner felt that there was no connection, and he didn't really like her. And if you look at Lily, she's not the most amazingly coloured snake. There's nothing special about Lily in terms of her colour, but they missed out. Boy, oh boy, they missed out on the best snake ever. Lily is a best friend. She's my buddy all of the time. I can do anything with my Lily. Hi, Azzy. How you doing, Dal? Good to see you. We were going to hang out yesterday, and I've got the kids home, of course, school holidays. I got no time to even scratch my butt, guys. They've been very quiet and very respectful because I'm doing my live stream, which is great. So they'll get a treat when I'm finished doing my live stream. No worries, Camille. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, diamonds, I do have to say, would be considered one of the pretty snakes for sure, and just naturally pretty. They don't need to be morphed or changed. They are already got beautiful markings. They're just, I don't know, isn't it incredible? Just what nature gives us naturally. Of course, we got some beautiful unnatural ones. If you watched my video of the expo, some of those carpets were, just beautiful. And I forget that we have such a variety here. People are sort of saying that, over there where they are, they're just pretty bland and boring. So I guess I take it for granted that we've got the variety that we have here and are probably so far ahead here in Australia when it comes to the morphs in our carpets. I think I was speaking to one of the breeders. Hi, H2749, welcome. Your cere is stunning, I must say, Joe. But speaking to one of the breeders, the next direction that they're actually going in is with the granites in the carpet pythons. And I do know another guy that is looking at breeding that too, or that morph. So they'll probably be the next big thing to come out in our carpets. There's granites at the moment, and there was one there that looked very much like a granite. And if you didn't know the breeding, you would think that it was. So, but, there was no possibility of it being a granite. So they're going to actually start looking into that. So they will be a nice morph, I can tell you. Americans are jealous. Carpets are very limited here. Still wonderful, but limited. Yeah, I never really noticed that, Joe, until, well, I knew, but when it was kind of in my face at the show, that's when I realized, wow, we've got some really stunning carpets. And watching YouTube, yeah, you're right, Joe. Long way to go. But then again, over there, I see blue tongues that are way more advanced than our blue tongues here in Australia. So I'm sure over there is going to catch up with breeding these guys. But I guess too, there's that other side where what's there is there. There's none coming in. So I guess that limits as well at this particular point in time. Those silver peppered inlands I saw in the reptile show made me jealous. Weren't those? Oh, yeah, I saw them too, and it. You didn't see them. Go back and have a look. The silver peppers. Like, if I can say, I just did a comment, and for me, I referred to them as delicious, just delicious. Not beautiful, delicious to look at. Like, oh my goodness, if I had a bigger home, if I really had that mindset, I would breed some snakes. I really would. And not to morph as such, but to get some naturally occurring beautiful snakes too, which is starting to happen. You know, these pures are popping out babies that you think, where did that come from? That can't possibly have come from you. And I am going to do a video so I can give you an example of what I'm talking about, and you'll be absolutely stunned. How did that pairing produce this baby? Like, you would think genetically impossible, but it's happened, and not just one. There's a few pairings that have produced some very different looking babies, and yet these are just spotted pythons. Nothing special about mum and dad at all. So I'll keep you posted on that, because I'm amazed at what I saw myself and went, no way. Like, that's mum and dad and that's the baby. And it's hard to explain what this baby was, but there was absolutely no colour in the body, and the head was totally black. Where did that come from? And that doesn't even describe it. I don't know whether the colour will change a little as it gets older. Maybe it will. But for right now, these hatchlings, I've never seen anything like it in my life. So, be interesting. Actually, did you see Moonglow? Yes, I did, Rainy. The snows, there was one snow, there was one Moonglow. There wasn't a massive amount, but what was there, I think, were the best of the best, to be perfectly honest. I think the displays could have been done a little better. But, you know, our shows, like I said, aren't massive, and people aren't going to put a lot of money into going and setting up either. But, you know, they did a pretty good job with what was there, and I hope I got some really good shots of them as well. Oh, thanks for coming back, Cammy. What happened, Tracy? I've missed. So sad, my friend had a white python. Oh my, yeah. That is sad. And people who don't own them and don't love them as we do will never understand how it can hurt to lose one of our snakes. It hurts, just like losing any other pet in our home, and I've been through it twice, and it hurts. It really, really hurts, especially when you understand that each of them has such a different personality. And when that snake passes away, you've lost that personality. You're not going to get it with another snake. They're also individual. And I didn't have Layla long enough to really know, but she was such an outgoing little girl, even as tiny as she was. Whereas Lacey, you know, I'd had her for a long time, and I knew her inside and out, and she was the most affectionate, loving snake, And even though I can say so are my others, but she was also different. She was shy. She was timid, but never, ever showed any defensive behaviour with being shy and timid. She was the snake that would come and lay here with me and be happy to stay here with me. None of my other guys do it. Oh, she's staying with me because she's got no choice. But all my guys want to go off and go and do something and explore. So, you know, I have to say I'd love a ball python that would just sit in my lap. But, yeah, it's not to be. I was talking to a breeder and it seems there are less pure animals now like coastals. Yeah, I know, Rainey, that's very true. So I can completely understand why your friend wants to keep his male and female together, his breeding pair as pures, because that's what he wants them to stay, and not be bred with something else. Plus, they're a pair and they've been together for a long time. So, and they obviously get along with each other perfectly fine. So I'm sort of letting Rainey know if that's something that you want to do, sweetie, go and do it. Take them on, see how it goes. You can only give it a go. And if you're finding it too difficult, then don't try and say to yourself, I'll just keep going, because you'll be miserable and it will be no good for the snakes either. So, I mean, if I live closer, I could help you out so much more with getting them settled in. And remember the settling in time too. So if your heart is there and you really want to do it, Rainey, go for it. Give it a go, doll. I mean, I don't have the space and I honestly do not have the time. I am so time limited even with these guys. And like I said, I feel guilty sometimes that I haven't done as much as I should. Yeah, enjoy Squeedy's. He needed food and I got some small things. It was nice to make short video. Oh, so you've done a video just recently, Azzy, or that is what you get when you go to the shows? Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Thank you for popping in, doll. You're going to bed. Love you too. Have a good night's sleep. Tracy, I'm sorry. Yeah, you've lost to DD not so long ago. One day you'll add a lap snake to your family. But I've got my cats and dogs that all think they're lap animals. Well, cats are. I've got a great big Labradoodle that thinks he's a lap dog. And, boy, he's bigger than me. And he'll lay on my lap. So, yeah, I'd like a lap snake. Would be nice. Would be really nice. We'd like to see you. She said, you don't have to look at me. I'll just snuggle over here. If I take them, you'll get a lot of phone calls. Okay, Rainey. Hi, Robloximus Prime. Hey, that's a good name. I like that name. Really good. That's lovely. Hi, Purple or Boo. Welcome, Mrs. Elite Nugs. Hi, lovely lady. Lovely to see you. Got to make time and space for a roughy though, right? Okay, you got me. You've got me. I do have to make time and space for a roughie. And I do feel guilty I don't have the time. So what can I say about that too? Or I might have to make a schedule. Do you think my snakes will accept the fact that I make a schedule, your day today and your day tomorrow, when what I do is I go by my snakes and who wants to come out? So scheduling time would not work with my snakes, but I do the best that I can. I guess I'm fortunate that Lily comes out and she heads on up to her hangout spot and stays there all day. And the other day, I think I've done a video actually. Lily came out, and I think it was around 10 o'clock in the morning. And oh my goodness, please think that I'm terrible, but she was out and she was up in the spot, and I got to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had to go to the shop to get a couple of things. And the shop is across the road. I didn't even think. I grabbed my purse, my keys, I jumped in the car, went over to the shop, and I got there, you're going to buy one thing and you end up buying 5 odd things. Anyway, I'm shopping, got that done, and got home, sat down, unloaded the bits and pieces, sat down, and then all of a sudden I went, Lily. And I looked up and she was still there. I don't do that, but I forgot. I totally forgot she was there. And thank goodness she was still there. I know she wouldn't go far. I'd find her. Don't you worry. I would be able to find Lily. But I am really going to have to remember that. Because what if I'd gone for 3 hours? Would she have still been there? I mean, admittedly, she hadn't moved and it was 10 o'clock at night and I had to go out and put her home. But, wow. Anyway, it happens. And I guess for me, it's more because she's out all day and asleep up in the corner there somewhere, So well, she was fine. Thank goodness. I'd never, ever forgive myself if anything happened to her, okay? You'd never see me on YouTube again. That's a definite. I make a mistake with Lily, or one of my mistakes, not just Lily. I wouldn't be able to do videos again. I just wouldn't. So I've got to remember. And I must tell the kids, remind me Lily's out. Remind me Jack's out. The little ones I'm so aware of, I'm vigilant with them. But Jack and Lily and even Jessie tend to curl up somewhere and just go to sleep. And I don't have to give great thought. They've been doing it for so long here in my home, and I've been doing it with them for so long. And without saying to you, I've become complacent. I haven't. I'm very vigilant when they start moving around. But once they're asleep somewhere, I'm not, every 5 seconds looking for them or checking them. I might do it every 20 minutes, half an hour, but oh my goodness. Reptile video isn't best quality of today, but we'll edit and post. Oh, no worries, Azzy. Don't worry about it. I didn't know what my video could have been an hour and a half long. I cut so much out of it. I just thought, my goodness, but I just stayed with the main things that the animals themselves to show you. But there were many things there, but to get to see them, like, unbelievable. 10 minutes to move five steps. I was getting really frustrated. So you guys, it was a 40 odd minute, I think, video. It took me an hour and a half to just see those snakes basically along that one side. It was terrible, actually. And the noise, I'm not good with noise. Hi, Molly, welcome. Hi, Patch, welcome to my stream today. Thank you for dropping in. What is up, brothers and sisters, says Patch. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. What else? I leave Squeezy wherever she is chilling in the room, and you go out. I just leave her, but I don't leave for very long, not like all day. Oh, there's no way I could leave Lily all day and think that she'd still be there when I got home, because more often than not, within an hour, Lily will sense I'm not here and come looking for me. And I don't think I've actually had Sia out with Taylor yet, so she hasn't really got to see how beautiful she is. And sitting in a hide. Hey, Bubba, what do you think? Hey, what do you think? You're beautiful. It's your beautiful girl. Puppy dog. See, you can pat them under the chin. Let me see. I keep getting notifications and it keeps covering up. What's up? Hi, Dustin. Welcome. This girl here, don't move. No. Azzy has a red tail boa. Big girl, big bodied, doesn't move much. Isn't really into doing too much, but she does love to climb. She will climb. She's strong and she's heavy, but she gets to where she wants to go, and they say boas don't climb, and they do. You give them the opportunity to climb, and they're certainly going to climb. And they say spotted pythons don't climb. They're more on the ground. That's false too. That is completely false. You should see a Pani in her new enclosure. It is adorable. Like, she's like a kid in a candy store. She loves climbing. And, a Pani didn't have a hammock, for example. Boy, oh boy, she found that hammock. That's her favourite spot. She's up there. She lays there looking at me. She's spread out. Oh, it's just so good to see her enjoying her bigger home. I should have done it earlier for her. I do run out of, I keep talking about time, don't I? And here I am talking about getting a rough scale. I can do it. I know I can. One more. I keep saying one more because I wasn't really expecting to get you, was I? And really, my daughter is the first one to complain about having so many snakes. And it was my daughter who found this one and rang me. Mum, look at this beautiful snake. So it's my daughter's fault that I got Sia, because my next snake was actually going to be my rough scale. So she can't have a go at me anymore for getting snakes or having more snakes in my life, because she is sometimes the culprit. She's always sending me pictures. This person doesn't want this snake. Can't you have it? I hear that all of the time. And if I were to jump on every snake that somebody didn't want, I'd be moving out of my home and letting my snakes move in, because honestly, it's not a very big house. I do like to have my snakes close to me, and I'm running out of that room. So I've got to win some money, just so I can extend this room. If I can extend this room, I could probably pick up a few extra snakes, but then I'm still back to that, who do I spend time with the most? Stuff. I do that too. I'm back. How are you? Couldn't you get to sleep, Michelle? Michelle has been quite ill. I know that she was feeling a lot better as well, but probably still got a fair way to go till she's back on her feet. And this is a lady who does everything for everybody. herself. And I think she forgets about her sometimes, needs a little bit of extra love and care. So I'm a great supporter of Michelle, and she is a really, really lovely person. So if you go and say hello to her on her channel, you're going to love it, really love it. So I know you do, and you know I care very much about you too, Michelle, and I want you to get well so you can keep doing what it is that you love to do, and I know that is giving to others. So but you need to be well to be able to do that, but we're all guilty of it. You know, we all forget to take care of ourselves because we're so engrossed in doing for others and thinking about others. And that's why I say at the end of my video, you know, take care of yourself, and then take care of your family, because without you, how do you take care of your family? Because last I always had my snakes, because in my house they kind of come next along with my other animals, but my video is about my snakes. So but it is important for me that you will care about your snakes, and they not be forgotten, as non-feeling should just make herself comfortable and go to sleep on me these days. See ya. Have you ever had an issue with babies not going to the bathroom for the past 2 bowel movements? I've had to let my jungle crawl on the floor for 30 minutes. Issue with babies not going to the bathroom for the past 2. Been to the bathroom, she has urinated, she hasn't used her bowels, and she's had 2 feeds. I am not going to let her have another feed at this particular point until she goes to the bathroom. Hence why I'm pretty much will be getting Sia out every day. After I've done my live stream, I'm going to let her move around. I did take her outside. She's still very insecure outside, so she wasn't willing to move around too much. But that is what you do. That is what you actually do. You get them out and you get them moving. Now, for me, as much as I can't feel, and she's got a good grip on me here, a good way is to pelt. You do need to start from up here and feel all the way down their body. And the best way for me to do that is when she's more relaxed and not, you know, when she's spread out. You'll know if they're constipated. Another good thing to do, into a warm bath, and very, very lightly you can massage them. And I can hear her belly, when I press, make some gurgles. And that tells me that she's pretty close to going to the toilet. Now with my big guys, it's like on cue, you know, 5 or 6 days I know they'll go to the toilet, and I set them up. I bring them out of their enclosure to go to their brain clicks for them. I need to go to the toilet. I get a puppy pad, I stick it up under their butt, I rub up under their butt, and away they go to the toilet. It's stimulation. So if you don't feel any hard lumps going on, then my thing is, see, with hatchlings it's different though, darling. You really need to be feeding them twice a week. If they're on pinkies, they're quickly digested. If they're on paper towels, it's much easier to see if they're going than if they're on anything else. And it could take 2 or 3 meals before they actually pass it. So I wouldn't be too concerned about babies. But these guys are a little bit different. And you don't want them getting banked up with too many meals. So hence why she's not going to get fed until she goes to the toilet. I've told her, you want to eat, go to the toilet. So I am going to let her crawl around because it makes a difference to them going to the toilet. So letting them go down and crawl around for a good 30-odd minutes was exactly what you should do. It gets everything moving. You know, if we were laying in bed 24 hours a day, we get pretty constipated. Make sure the heat's really good, but not too hot, because you can cook it too, and then it goes hard. So making sure heat's all good as well. I've turned her heat down a little bit, but she'll go. She has been to the toilet since I've had her, but only the once. Like I said, she's had a couple of meals and there's yet to go. So I'm waiting. I've got to be patient. If there's constipation, all I do is, with a rat, is put probably a teaspoon of paraffin oil inside the rat. You do one thing after another. But your son, he turned 21. That was wonderful, but I'm sorry, Casey. Your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting you. And can you all still see me? Am I still live? I can't tell. Okay, it went away. That is, yeah, I am sorry, Michelle. I'll be sending prayers and love to you, darling. Jimmy, you made it. And yep, see ya. See ya. Out today. We're just talking about she's not pooped for a couple of feeds. I know your guys have, which we were rather pleased about. So I'm waiting on her to go before she gets a rat down her belly. But she's looking good. They're not meant to be big diamonds. They're not huge snakes. They're quite slim and trim. They can get some length on them, but they're not big girth. So remember, a big girth diamond python, that just means you got a big fat diamond python. You've heard people injecting mice with more water for hydration. I've never seen him drink water in the 4 months. So you will. He is. You just never have actually seen him, but they do need water. You can put water in. That is a good way, but the rat actually already has an element of water in them already. But you could do that. I know that Jack drinks because I use a pipette to give him his drinks. I never see Jack drink out when it's nice and quiet. A snake will come out and drink and do those sorts of things when they feel that they're really, really safe. So I'm sure he's getting water, but no reason why you can't put some water in the feeder. If that, then you know, you absolutely know. And I mean, sometimes you can dip that feeder in water and they'll eat it. Sometimes they don't like their feeder wet, but I know Jesse, that rat could be dripping with water and he would still eat it. So he's not fussy about that sort of thing. So you could even try that first. If they don't like it, dry it off, and yeah, you just get a plunger syringe and stick it. And I know this sounds disgusting to people that, yeah, don't have to feed snakes. Just stick it down the back of the rat's throat and plunge that water in and feed it to your snake. Just make sure you don't hold the rat up for too long, otherwise the water's just going to run back out again. They drink a lot at night. Yeah, they do, Joe. When it's dark, shed. Wait for everything to go quiet as, lights out, and then they'll shed. So it is that privacy and safety, pure safety. You're a night owl. I guarantee. How old is he at this particular point? If you've had him for 4 months and you feel that he's not drinking, I would pretty much be able to guarantee you right now he wouldn't be alive. If anything, hydration is more important than the feeder, but understand too, snakes don't drink every day. They just don't, and they don't need a lot of water. They will have, not like a camel as such, but they'll have a really big drink of water. They might not drink for another 4 days. And then they'll have another really big drink of water. And again, go another few days. So he's drinking, you're just not seeing him drink. I think the other night in the reality, and I watch Lily a lot, I saw her having a drink. And I could say to you, I haven't seen Lily have a drink for 6 months. That's the truth. I haven't seen her have a drink. And yeah, a couple of days ago, because I went, oh, you're actually having a drink. And that was the day she'd been out here all day. And she went in and went and had a drink. So she must have been thirsty. But yeah, I don't see her drink either. So he's drinking. I'm pretty sure he is. You've heard people, it's freezing. I like it. Is it cold there, Joe, or are you telling me something else? I'm sorry, I'm reading that and it just says it's freezing a lot, Kay. Okay. It's hot here, Joe. Still hot. Yeah, you've heard some people doing that much because apparently there isn't as much water content in frozen thawed. No, you're probably right. You're absolutely right. But I'd be very, very surprised if he's not drinking. That's all. Very surprised if he wasn't. Getting some fluid. He's just being very secretive. He doesn't want you to see him drink. That's all it is. I know he's drinking. I've just, yeah. Wow, you did too. I'm a gift bearer. Lady has got some ball pythons. Very cluey, very smart lady. Go check out her channel. She doesn't post very often, but she's got some good videos up there, and always has a lot to say to me in her comments. Very, very good information. I learn things from this lady. Things I don't think of. Think, wow. Oh yeah, you could be right there. I never actually thought of that. So, yeah, thank you. I like those comments. That gives me some information that, sometimes you get so stuck and you're thinking of so many different things, and then somebody just says one thing and you go, Well, why didn't I think of that? That happens a lot. Very lovely lady. Oh, I've kind of twisted it. So it's facing more over this way rather than dead on me. So good. I'm glad you can see her colours a little bit better today. And maybe I don't look so pasty either. I go back and look and think, oh gosh, I look sick. But I can even see I've got a little bit of colour tone in the video today. Oh, you've got a jungle carpet. Ow, my ring finger, and she's squeezing it. You're walking your little Cody to the shed. Cool, Jimmy. Whoops, buffering. Yeah, they said that I was having a bit of issues a little bit earlier on. So, I don't do a long stream, guys. Everybody's busy. Everybody's got things to do. Yes, it's a big difference. The black outlines around the spots, yeah. Yeah, I know. And that's black as, like, it's a really jet black that she has around her markings here. But I just, I think their markings are just so unique. So different to all the other pythons. She's not a carpet python, but the Morelia, she's a Morelia, just not classified carpet. But they're just so unique, the diamonds. They just come in so many variations, even out in the wild. The warmer the climate, the lighter they are. Of course, the colder the climate, the more black they actually are. And I guess that's nature, isn't it? Doing the right thing by them. She's got a German lion mother, sick father. Okay, you're talking. Okay, cool, my guys, from Nick Mutton. So I don't know a lot of breeders over there. I know a few here. It's okay, Bob. I'm trying not to let you panic. Okay? You're doing so well. You've done so well. This, I would say, is the longest I've actually held Sia. I generally give her about 15 odd minutes in my arms or in my hands, and then I let her chill on the hangout on the little jungle gym. So she's done amazing for me today. I'm really, really pleased with her, and just how relaxed she really is. If this was Lily, you would know by now I wouldn't have her. She'd be on and up into the hangout spot. So I'm so glad I was able to get her out and just show you how well she's actually doing and how far she's come. I mean, not that she was ever really bad. She wasn't at all. I'm not saying she was. Compared to some, she is good. So I scored. I got lucky when I went and got Sia. But I think that about all my snakes. So she is actually, that's what I mean. Each time I hold her, she gets more and more and more comfortable. And it's, what I was saying earlier on, she would avoid my face. She would back away instantly, and now she actually comes towards my face and she will rest herself on my face. And that can be very intimidating, our eyeballs and that, but she's certainly, I'm thrilled and so glad. Now it's just Tessa I'm working with, so I've got a couple of videos of Tessa coming up soon, so, and a couple of her. Hang on. I actually haven't. I have seen them, but this is, and I know it's backward for you guys to read. This is Australian, well, of course, carpet pythons, Australian pythons, isn't it? This book, I must say, has been my go-to book right from the very beginning. Very basic, but got everything in it. Everything you could possibly think of in this one little book. And it's quick, it's easy, it's everything that you will need to know about your snakes. Like I've said, I think many times, the one thing lacking is temperaments. And I think there's got to start to be some books about temperaments and personality and caring for them, knowing that about your snake, and not just the heating, the basics of the stuff. I would really like there to be more books on caring for them as a pet. Okay, that's probably what it's more about, caring for them as a pet. And I keep saying I'm going to put words down, and I will get there. I've got plenty of life ahead of me to do things that I've got in here, and I don't want that to disappear. So if I put it on paper, it's forever, and I know so in my videos, but you can lose these too. So I want to start from the start, and it will be not about me, but about what I've learned and what I found works and doesn't work. Believe me, I've found out things that don't work with these guys. So I want to try and give you the best of the best of what I do know. And always you are able to tweak it. When people ask me, why is my snake this? Or what can I do with this? Or my true and honest answer is I can give you a basic rundown of what I would do, but I don't know your snake. And that's what I think more and more people need to understand, is snakes being individuals. And just because you've got a jungle and I've got a jungle, I can tell you, just because Jessie this or Jessie that or Lily this or that does not mean that your guy will. I can't say. I can say this works with mine and you can give it a go. And I guess it gives you an idea and you can tweak it to suit your snake. But always say, you know your snake better than I do. You would and really should have a pretty good idea of what is going to work and what isn't going to work with your snake. Straight up. Observation. Total observation. Talking to them. You're not a nut. Talk to them. Watch them. See how they respond. It's not about holding them. There's so much more to keeping and living with snakes. I love holding them. Don't get me wrong. I'm in my element, just holding a snake. I could do it all day if I had all day to do it, but I don't. I live my life around my snakes. And my friends have to live their life around me living my life around my snakes. My family do the same thing. I love my life doing this. And I love being able to share it with all of you. And I want other people to be passionate about giving snakes a great life. And let's get past the stigma of them being pretty things to look at, nasty things that bite or want to eat you, and see them as pets that can be kept as a pet. I always refer to them. People say, what pets have you got? Dogs, cats, snakes. Snakes aren't pets. But they are pets. They can be pets. But that doesn't happen if you don't spend time with them. Hey, Sia. Are you a pet? I think she is. Now. She didn't want to be when I first got her. She's had no choice. See, I'm pretty persistent and I'm determined. I didn't make Jimmy buy it. I didn't force him. I didn't break his arm, but I did suggest it and say to him, look, this is a really good book. And he did buy it. And there's some wonderful pictures of some wonderful snakes that we have. It's not just carpets. There's so many out there. Choosing what one to get, what you need, handling, everything. Just gives you a rundown. You know, some ideas of enclosures that you can have. Just a good all-round book. So if you ever spot it, you can go online. I got mine online. Look for it. If you're thinking about getting I say Aussie, but if you're thinking about getting one or just interested in learning about them too. So any more, that's great. But I'm glad you like it, Jimmy. Then this book is rare in the US and it's $80 on. Well, Jimmy, I think Jimmy paid, it was about $60 odd here in Australia. So I guess with the dollar exchange, it's probably would cost us a lot more to buy it from Amazon. That's for sure. If I remember when I got mine to Jimmy, I think I paid for mine. I got on special for $50, but I think I paid postage. So really, in the scheme of things, $62 wasn't that bad. But you know, books are forever, and I don't think this book will ever really outdate. That's what I liked about it as well. The information will never be old information. And I'd love to get some old books about snakes and just see how far we've come with how we see them today. I'm sure there are lots of old books out there about them. You do learn from YouTube, communication, just watch. Yeah, absolutely. It's all observation. Keeping pythons as pets. And I think that is a book, Jimmy, that I'm going to explore, as in keeping pythons as pets. There's so many books about heating and home, their enclosures and what they need, and thermostats and heat mats. Not a lot about keeping them as pets and how to have them as pets in your life. And I can't say it's like having a dog or a cat. It's not quite like that, but pretty close. Tuning in, watching them, and giving them a chance to live outside here in your home is keeping this snake as a pet. So anyway, guys, you need to get keeping and breeding. Yeah, if you're going to breed, do a lot of homework. Lots you need to know when it comes to breeding your snakes. And then I can say to you, snakes are going to do what comes naturally. And I think sometimes we interfere too much and they don't do what comes naturally. Just my theories. They know what to do. This cooling down, this warming back up, this I guess if you're not living in a climate where it's natural to them, you've got to do what you've got to do. But for me, of course, I keep what I keep. They're not stupid. They know what to do. Lacey and Jack certainly knew what to do. I didn't have to do anything special at all. They did what came naturally, much to my surprise. Well, it shouldn't have been a surprise. I had male and female together. What did I expect? But yeah, that's my thoughts on breeding. Don't get too fanatical about it. Let it be. Let them do what they want to do. And you will have great success. You will have happy babies. You will have happy, healthy babies. And if you can, maternally incubate, let mama do it. You're going to end up with probably less eggs, but you will have big eggs and you will have big babies. And they will all be as strong as oxes. Honest. I guarantee you that much. And they're starting to realise that is what is happening. You let mum maternally incubated babies, you're going to have big, healthy babies. And a happy mum to boot, because they love taking care of their eggs. So, guys, I was really happy with that. Yeah, I'm not bad. Not bad, Jimmy. Yeah, I know it's very interesting. Lacey, she wasn't a little girl. She wasn't huge when she had her first litter, but she only laid 10 eggs, which for a coastal, that's, I guess, a good sized litter, but a first one especially. But the eggs were huge and her babies were big. And I've seen others where the eggs were little and babies. And I've been hearing more and more and asking more and more about this. And people are starting to say, yes, that's what we're seeing. Bigger, healthier babies, all eating, all coming out, ready to eat, ready to go. So, of course, we've got to let them have that first shed. But after that first shed, their mouths are open and they're wanting to eat because they're big and strong. So, yeah, there's actually a few. And Boxing Boa actually last year decided, between am I with his carpet, one of his carpets, and he did. And perfect. And he noticed that the eggs were bigger and the babies were bigger. And he clarified that absolutely. He's actually going, I think, to do it again this year too, is have another go at MIing. So he's going to have a couple of now that he can get an idea of, was that just a one-off, or is this going to happen if I MI my eggs? And we do only take them for ourselves. Breeders do it, I think, more so because they're going to double clutch them and get, just breed them again, or they just want to get them fed up to breed them again. And I always say, don't ever breed the next year. Give them a break between years of breeding. You will just kill your snake. And breeders say they don't do that. Give my girl a rest. And a lot do, and a lot don't. So, but it's important to give your snake a rest in between clutches. And that's a whole year. Oh, well, 2 years. You don't breed them the next breeding season. You wait till the following breeding season. And you're always going to have a healthy mum, healthy babies, better babies. That's what it's all about. So I am. Yeah, no. My snakes don't have a choice, Joe, but to be around cats. Cats and dogs, and it is life here. And she'll get used to it. I'm sure she will. And my cats are pretty easy breezy around the snakes. They've got no fear of my snakes either. So, and Ruby hasn't been with me forever. She was actually my daughter's cat. And how accepting of the snakes is she? She hasn't grown up with them. So she's got to be 6 years old, and I've had her for a couple of years. So I guess she's had a couple of years around them, but she's never had any fear of them. So who says it's natural instincts for animals to fear other things that really they should? Or do you think they sense that we know that everything is safe and that they don't need to fear? Because I'm holding her, and Sia knows I'm holding her, and the cat knows I'm holding Sia. They both feel safe. They've got no reason to fear each other. And we have to show them not to be afraid of each other. And if we're calm, relaxed, chilled, they will be too. People say, how do you cat? Why? I don't know. Because I'm not afraid of them. And I think my animals trust me enough to know that I'm going to keep them safe. And I'm not going to let anything happen to either one of them. They just trust me. Isn't it all about trust? It's human nature for us to trust other people. I think it's the same amongst animals and humans all together. It's all about trust. I have great trust, don't I? Especially in snakes. I don't know what it is. I trust snakes more than I trust dogs that I don't know. And that's the honest truth. I don't know a snake, no problem. Don't know a dog, I'm the first to say, is the dog okay? Can I give your dog a pat? I never very often say, can I pick your snake up? Because I can see from a snake they're more open about that than a dog is. You know, a dog can be standing there looking at you perfectly fine. You go to put your hand on them and they'll come at you. A snake I can read. You know, the moment I open the door, okay, I've got a little bit of something going on with this snake. I'll be a little bit careful. So, but that's it, guys. I am going. I don't trust my dog or cats. Not with the snakes. Yeah, Joe. I guess. Well, to be honest, Tessa, I think the other day nipped one of my cats, but didn't get him because you know what Tessa's like. I just saw the cat jump backwards. And Max was a little bit wary for a couple of days, but since then he's been back in, so we got over it pretty quickly. Thea H2749. Yeah, I'm going to say bye to you all, and you enjoy the rest of your day, being Easter day for a lot of you. And I'm going to let her go home. Well, not home, have a bit of a crawl around before she goes home. And yeah, take care of yourself and your family. Oh, jealous. Yep, understandably. My cat and dogs get a lot of attention in between the snakes, so I try and even that out as well. So, yeah, take care of your snakes, guys. And I'll say bye till next Monday. Ciao.
And what's Sam's hand in it?